fellow diamond painting addicts, and welcome back to Diamond Painting Anonymous. I'm Daphne, and I'm here today to celebrate the end of my September challenge. Yay! Uh, if you follow the channel, you know that I challenged myself to try and complete 30 by 30 kits in 30 days. And I am super stoked to say, ta-da, I made it. Okay, so I've done two previous videos where I've shown you some of my finishes. So I'm not going to go over all of those finishes again. You can go look at those videos if you want, and see the finishes there. I will be doing a montage at the end, so stick around for the end of that. But I wanted to go through the ones that I completed at the end so you guys could kind of see what I did, where I'm at, and how long everything took. So the first one after the last batch that I completed was this cute little ladybug. So this one is from Fan Cells, and it was really cute. Now, I will say I had avoided doing the ones with these big white backgrounds because they're not my favorite. If you don't get them exactly placed right, I don't necessarily like the way they look. However, what I discovered during my challenge is, ooh, you can multi-place, so they go a lot faster. So by the end of it, I've learned to love not only multi-placing, but also to be okay with the white. It's still not my favorite. I still think it accentuates any imperfections, but it's still good. So I got my little ladybug done. The next one after the ladybug was this adorable little Halloween cat. Now, I will say I wasn't completely thrilled with how the letters came out. I think the happy is readable, the Halloween, eh. So I'm not completely happy with that. I did like in this one, the background had the little pink spots everywhere, so it broke it up a little bit. Still able to do quite a bit of multi-placing, not only in the background, but in the cat and in the witch's hat that the cat is wearing. But yeah, a little disappointed in the Halloween. Just wasn't as legible as I would have liked it to be. But it was cute, so I'm happy with that. Okay, after that, we have this adorable unicorn on a skateboard. Who doesn't like unicorns? And it has wings. Again, the white background, but it has all these kind of little pastel hearts to break it up, so that made it a little bit easier. Most of these 30 by 30s took me somewhere around 4 hours, between 4 and 5 hours. A little bit more if there was some confetti, a little bit less if I was able to do quite a bit of multi-placing. So even though this one has a white background, it gets broken up quite a bit. So it's actually more multi-placing than you would think. But it was super cute. And then here is one of the partials that I did. Now, I did 30 canvases. 20 of them were full drill. 10 of them were partials. So I was hoping to do less than that, but in order for me to get everything done, I'm actually glad that I did that, because if I hadn't had all 10 of those partials, I don't know if I would have made it. So, but we have this cute little snowman. I wanted to do some Christmassy type stuff because I didn't do a lot of Christmas diamond paintings or any kind of seasonal diamond paintings. So I got the Halloween one that I did, and now this one. And it turned out really cute. I really like how the snowflakes look. I think those turned out really well. So I was really happy with that. And then we had this cute one. This actually turned out to be one of my favorite ones. And I actually avoided it for a while because, one, it had all the white, and two, I just thought that I wouldn't like the way that it turned out. But I got to say, this is actually one of my favorites of all the ones that I did. I really like the pinks and the way the pinks and purples are kind of incorporated here into the succulents. And being able to kind of multi-place the whole background made it go fast. So that made it a win-win. And it just turned out really cute, I thought. So that's one. Next, we have these adorable little bears. You guys, this one just turned out really cute, I thought. This one did take a while though, because even though the background looks pink, there are actually two different colors. If I bring it up, there's like a pink and then a peachy color in the background. And so basically the entire background is almost all checkerboard. Now it looks adorable, but whoo, that was a lot of stress because I was trying to get some things done. So, and then next we have this cute elephant. I really like this kind of style of painting and the fact that it was a partial and I could get it kind of done quickly. Just, yeah, loved all the things about it. I really like all the little things here in the trunk and then the little kind of bead here on its eye surrounded by all the other ones. And yeah, that just made this one a lot of fun. And this one was not as fast as you think. This one took me almost 2.5 hours. So it didn't go as quickly as I thought it would because there was quite a bit of outlining the tusks and then the whole elephant. But I think it turned out really well. So I'm happy with that. Then next, this is another one of my favorites. This tropical plants and flowers. I think this one turned out so well. Now, again, took me way more time than I thought. This one took 6 hours because, as you can imagine, with the holes in the leaves and the fronds and then all of the variegated colors here in the flowers, there was not a lot of multi-placing to be done. There's a little bit here where it was dark and a here and maybe some down here in the corner, but other than that, not a whole lot of multi-placing in this one. But I do think this one turned out really well. I really like the way that it looks now that it's finished. So happy with that one. And then getting close to the end here, this is another Halloween one. And it's just this cute little jack-o'-lantern with, I don't know what these are supposed to be, mummies, ghosts. I don't know. I can't tell. There's not enough of them, but they were cute. So again, easy background because it was a lot of multi-placing. It did have these yellow stars. This was really easy to do, and I actually really like the way the jack-o'-lantern came out. I think it turned out really well. I think the image translated really well into a diamond painting, so happy with that. And then next was another Halloween one, and I just thought this one was super cute. Now, on this one, I did run out of a color. These kind of little stars in the background, there's like 2 or 3 different shades. It's yellow, and then it just kind of gets paler until it turns white. And a couple of the in-between colors I ran out of. So one of them I ran out of, so I ended up substituting. No one will ever know but me, and you guys will never be able to tell where I substituted, but that was kind of disappointing that I ran out of that one color. But I think it turned out cute other than that, and quite a bit of multi-placing in this one. A lot of the pink here in the background I could multi-place, of course all this blue, and then obviously all the white. So this one was fun because it was multi-placing interspersed with, quite a bit of confetti in the jack-o'-lantern and the 2 bats and everything. But I think it turned out really cute. So that was good. Now, this last one was number 30. And I'm so glad that I saved this one until last because if I had done this one first, I probably would have been crying on the very first day. And that is this one. Now that she's finished, I think it turned out really well. This one is kind of an anomaly in several different ways because, one, this drill field is actually 30 by 30. So whereas a lot of these other canvases that I did, the canvas itself measures 30 by 30 and the drill field is 24, 25, somewhere in there centimeters. On this one, the drill field is actually 30 by 30. So it's larger than the other ones that I was doing. And as you can see, so much confetti. Really, the only sections of multi-placing were her hair, some of this yellow here, and then some pieces of her little sleeve, gown, whatever it is. Other than that, oh, and this green section down here, everything else was confetti. Now, it looks really good, and I will say, for the size of it, I think it actually translated from the image to this size fairly decently. It doesn't look great when you get up close. Her face is a bit of a mess, but if you get enough of a distance away, it doesn't look bad. And, for the size of it, I knew going in that it likely would have some issues, would be, to have that pixelated look because it's so small and the original image is so intricate and detailed. But I do think it turned out really well. So even though it was a pain in the wazoo because it had so much confetti, and this one took me almost 10 hours, just this one painting. So I managed to work ahead a little bit because I had specials and things done. So I was able to spend a little more time working on her and not feel like I was not going to make the deadline. But had I chosen to do this one first, oh, I don't know that I would have made it. So this was number 30. Oh, and one of the things that I don't like about this one of the symbols that they used, and let me see if I can show it to you guys right here. This symbol right here, this big check mark, it goes all the way to the corner of the square, and these are round drills. So what ends up happening is that you can still see the symbol at certain angles, because it sticks out from underneath the round drill, because obviously the round drill does not go all the way to the corner. So that was a little bit annoying, but I still think it turned out well for all of that. So that was number 30, and I managed to complete one more. So I have this cute little Christmas mitten, and I managed to complete it. I actually started on number 32, but I didn't get it done in time, so I'm not going to count it. It's about halfway done, and I might be able to finish it before the actual deadline, but I've got to film and do everything ahead of time, and so I just decided, you know what, I've already met the 30. This was number 31. I'm going to call that good. So, and I think this one turned out really cute. I'm really happy with how this one turned out as well. And then the last thing I have to show you is this was not a cakewalk because I made a mistake. And I'm going to show you what I did. So here I have this particular canvas. And as you can see, I started this one. This was one I pulled out, and I thought, well, this one will be pretty quick. It's a lot of white in the background. And yes, it has, the music symbol and everything, but not a lot of actual drills. The majority of this canvas is white. It's going to be a lot of multi-placing. It'll be really good. Well, here's what happened. And the reason this one isn't as finished. I had run out of storage. And so you guys know, if you watched any of my kit up videos, that I put in like one of these cases, I put 2 different diamond paintings. And so what I did was I worked on this, and then I went to bed, and I came back to work on it the next morning. And I started working on it, and all of a sudden I realized these colors aren't matching up with what's on the canvas. Like my blue here kind of matched up, but then I started putting on some of these greens, and I started to put on this red here, and it wasn't a red. And I thought, what is in the world is going on? Well, it was me not paying attention to what I was doing, because I had 2 different kits. I had a kit kitted up here in the front, and then I had this kit in the back. And what I had done was, even though the kit in the front was finished, I hadn't dekitted the drills. And so I mistakenly was pulling from here. Unfortunately for me, a lot of the symbols were the same. So like there was a lot of alphabet symbols, which is pretty much all this one is. There were a lot of alphabet symbols in the previous kit, and several of the colors were actually somewhat close. And so, like this pink here was actually not too far off of what I should have been putting on. But basically what I needed to do was go back and pull off anything on this canvas that wasn't white and this dark blue. Those were the only 2 I knew for sure that I had done correctly. And so I was about halfway through the challenge at that point, and I just thought, okay, I don't feel like I have time at this point to go back and pull off all my mistakes. I'm just going to set it aside. I'll leave it. And if at the end of the challenge I feel like I have time to go back and do it, I will do it then. I will tell you, once I finally got done with the challenge, I was like, I don't really feel like messing with this canvas at all. So I've decided I'm going to leave it as is, and I'm going to kind of use it as like an example canvas. So I've got some ideas in mind for some videos and projects that I want to do, and it will be nice to have kind of something that I can use as an example to kind of demonstrate what I'm talking about. So I think I'm going to save it for that, and I'm just going to kind of call this a whoops, didn't get this one done. Now, I do need to go back in because I do have some time logged for this one that I did not include because I pulled out my diamond painting logbook sheet, another reason that I love my disc system that I used. So I can just pull this out because I'm not going to complete it. I may go ahead and stick it back in and just, mark it as a did not finish. But I need to add in my time. So, and I still have the drills kitted up because, like I said, I've got some ideas for some projects that I'm going to use this for. However, yeah, it was a learning experience. I was super frustrated with myself when I realized what I had done, especially because I was kind of in the middle of the challenge at the time. And I just thought, oh my goodness, how dumb can I be? Why didn't I realize that's what I was doing? Because, I literally had painted probably 4 different colors before I realized the mistake I was making. And, really trying to pick canvases that I thought would hurry me along, and it just didn't work. So, lesson learned. So, stick around till the end, guys. I will go ahead and let me set this one off to the side. I will go ahead and put kind of a little montage together of all of the ones that I have finished because I have all of these left to do. So I'm going to, um, you know what, while that runs, I'm just going to continue to talk. So I'm going to start pictures of each of these as I completed them. If you follow me on Instagram or you're in my Facebook group, then you've seen these. If you're not in either one of those, please hit the description box down below. You will find links to my Facebook group, my Facebook page, and my Instagram. Please follow me on any and all of those. I'm getting close to some fun numbers, so I might have some little celebration things going on for when I hit some of my goals. But yeah, I just really had a lot of fun doing this. I now have all of these canvases that I need to basically cut off the edges and put them in my portfolio book. And I think by the time I put all 30 in my portfolio book, my original portfolio book is going to be pretty darn full. This stack that I have here of finished canvases is probably a good at least 2 inches tall. I don't even know if they're all going to fit in my portfolio book. It's over halfway full. It's very heavy because it's that full. I do have a second portfolio book. I did think ahead enough ahead that I do have a second one. I was hoping that I would be able to get 2 30x30's on one, basically, I think it's 17 by something cardstock, but I can't. They're just a smidge too big for me to fit 2 on one, so it's just going to be 1, which means I may fill up my second portfolio book pretty quickly too. I got to cut off all the edges. I attach mine to put them in my portfolio. I attach them to black cardstock with some double-sided tape, and then I stick them in my portfolio book. I use a double-sided tape just to make sure that they don't slide around inside the portfolio book. So, yeah, I'm actually really proud of myself. I thought I would make it, and I was pretty sure with the 10 partials that I would be able to make it, but I had way more fun doing it than I thought I would. It was a bit of a slog sometimes. There were a couple of days when I was tired and we had other things to do, or I hadn't been able to diamond paint the day before, and so I was playing catch up. And so that part of it was not always fun. But I got to do a lot of cute diamond paintings in a short amount of time. I got to see some really cute images, and I really have a big sense of accomplishment at the end of this. That's 31 canvases out of my stash that I have completed, and that feels good. That feels really good. So that's it for me, guys. Thanks for sticking around till the end. If you followed along the challenge with me, I hope you were as successful as I was. Before you leave, don't forget to do all the things. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification icon so that you can be informed of future uploads. And as always, guys, thanks so much for watching.